Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Sunday night live stream. Kanitso, Casey, Savage Dad, Abdi, A, Tire Chick, Vicky, Wisdom and Peace, Aisha, George, DMMX, Andre. Hi. Welcome to another Sunday night live stream. Today is Sunday, November 10th, 2024. Today is day 371 of my fasting journey, my health and wellness journey, my health and happiness journey. 371 days is now 53 weeks of me performing rolling fasts, of me practicing imperfect consistency. 53 weeks, over a year now. Crazy. Still kind of wild that this much time has gone by and this much progress has moved forward. It's great. With that being said, I have one question for all of you. Are you sitting, standing, laying on your couch, watching this right now, saying, you know what? I'm going to start on Monday. I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to watch Jerome talk about his journey. He's going to inspire me. He's going to motivate me. And you know what? At midnight tonight, I'm going to start tomorrow. When I wake up in the morning, I am going to start day one. When I swallow this last bite of food, I'm going to start fasting. And watch out, because here's my journey. Here's the thing. If that's you, if that's what you're saying to yourself right now, if that's the mindset you have, good luck to you. I'm happy that I can motivate and inspire. But if this is you and you have done this before and you are going through this again, telling yourself, I'm going to start tomorrow, I'm going to start on Monday. My question for you is why? Why are you restarting your journey instead of just continuing your journey? Why are you throwing the weekend away, the day away, when your journey could have started a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, 53 weeks ago, if you watched me 53 Sundays ago. Imagine where you'd be today if you had just been consistent for the last 53 weeks. And I'm not talking about where you'd be today if you practiced perfection for the last 53 weeks, but practicing imperfect consistency. Fasting when you can, taking a step back when you need a break, eating healthily when you decide to, eating not so good when the weekend arrives, but putting it all together and just continuing your journey. Imagine what 53 weeks would mean if you had just lost 1 pound a week. You'd be 53 pounds down right now. Half a pound a week. Half a pound a week isn't even a ton to lose, right? And imagine if you had done that on a week by week basis for the last 53 weeks. You'd be 26 plus pounds down, right? Think about how important practicing imperfect consistency is versus fasting for 5 days, 7 days, 21 days, 28 days. Not that there's anything wrong with fasting for an extended period of time, but there's also a lot to be said for fasting for shorter lengths of time, practicing eating better, mindful eating, maybe cutting calories, maybe cutting certain macros, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent, right? I feel like I'm the poster child for imperfect consistency at this point. And speaking of which, right? The title of this live stream is to talk about handling setbacks and how to not throw away the day and how to stop yourself from starting over and over and over. Because guess what? I refed last night and it wasn't the cleanest. I didn't feel satiated enough because I ate pretty shitty food. Don't get me wrong, the food was very good, but it wasn't nutrient dense. I'm going to get into that in a second. But because I didn't feel satiated, here I am now 17 hours fasted, 16 hours fasted. Where am I at right now? Oh, 19 hours fasted. Better than I thought. But here I am, 19 hours fasted. I was supposed to do another 65-hour fast today, and I'm not going to. I'm going to refeed tonight because I wasn't satiated the night before. And because I'm not doing a 65-hour fast right now, does that mean I'm going to throw away the day? Does that mean I'm going to say, what does it matter? You're going to eat back-to-back days, so don't worry about doing anything today for your health. Just lay on this couch all day. Don't do any coaching sessions. Don't work on anything. Just order a bunch of food. Don't even hit the fasting timer because you know what? Just start tomorrow, Jerome, because you know what? You messed it up. Do you see how broken that thought process is? Can you imagine if that's what I was saying right now? Imagine if you were watching me live. I mean, you are watching me live, but let's say you were following me on my journey today and I was saying those things. You'd probably be watching and be like, what? Why? Don't do that. Don't start over. What's the point? You've come so far. And here I am fasting. I did coaching sessions today. I went for a walk today. I lifted weights today. And even though Even though I know I'm eating back-to-back days today, I'm not throwing away the day. I'm making the best out of today, even though I know it's not going according to the plan I had set out for myself. But I'm going to talk about that in a second because I want to take some time here and I want to remind people, anyone in here in chat, hello, everyone here in chat. It's nice to see you all. I want all of you who are here, even if you watch this later on in the comments, this is a safe space for all of us. This is a place to show some accountability for where you're at today. This is you hopefully here right now saying, I'm not throwing away the day, Jerome. I'm still pushing on. Yes, maybe this weekend wasn't the best. Hey, I was catching a football game today and I was out with friends. I was at a bar and I drank and I ate. And you know what? It's okay. I'm not going to throw away the day. I'm just enjoying myself today. But it doesn't mean I'm going to start over. It doesn't mean I'm going to binge. It means I'm just going to continue on with my life and practice imperfect consistency. So for people who are in here, please share where you're at, what's going on, whether you're doing well or if you're not doing so well. There's no shame. There's no guilt. There should be no embarrassment. We're not here to impress everyone. We're here to just share our journey, share our ups and downs. Exactly what I'm doing today. I didn't have the greatest refeed yesterday, and here I am now. And instead of doing a 65-hour fast like I was supposed to, I'm going to be refeeding tonight because I don't think I can push a 65 right now because I wasn't satiated enough from last night's refeed. Again, I'll get into that in a second and explain why I feel that way and why I can't push a longer fast right now. But that's what this is for. Here I am a year plus in. There are a lot of people who probably think Jerome has this down pat. Jerome should just, he's always going to fast. He has this. He's not going to mess up. But here we are now, a year and a week in. And here's my first slip up for year number 2. And the funny thing is, a slip up like this a year ago would have really messed me up, would have really questioned, should I just start over? I'm only a week in. But today, 371 days later, I don't think of it like that. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm hungry again because I didn't eat the proper foods yesterday. So I'm going to feed myself properly tonight, and then I'm going to hit the timer and push another longer fast. I'm not even going to push a 65 after this. I'm going to do a shorter one because I want to get myself back into the rhythm of doing this. But I'll get into my mindset of where I'm at, what I've been doing. And how to overcome these thoughts of throwing the day away. I don't know how many of you are in here right now or who watch this later and who are stuck in that cycle of throwing the day away, of day oneing everything, starting over. But my hope here to anyone that I talk to, anyone that I work with, anyone that's watching this right now, my hope for you is you stop starting over. You stop day oneing. You stop waiting till Monday. There's no point waiting till Monday. There honestly is no point. Think about everything I just said. Think about my journey right now and how ridiculous it would sound if I said, you know what? Fuck today. I'm going to start tomorrow. Hey, everyone. Let's just redo this whole thing. Let me erase all my stats and let's start over. That's ridiculous. I get it. A lot of us enjoy a fresh start. A lot of us want to restart. But if you keep doing this over and over and over, and maybe you lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain it back again. So what? That's part of the journey. My hope is as you lose weight and gain weight and everything in between, you learn more about yourself and what you're doing and how to better yourself. Abdi. Hi, Abdi. Thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. I currently cannot see what that super sticker looks like, but I will take a look at it after the stream. Abdi, thank you so much for your support as always. Love to see you here. Welcome. I did see you talk about what your goals are for year number 2 as well. So good luck to you. I cannot wait till you, right? You said 100 pounds, right? That's your goal because you're 60 pounds down now, and to lose another 40 and total 100 pounds. So can't wait for you to get there. Abdi, thank you so much for the support. Appreciate you as always. Okay. By the way, tonight's stream is going to be a lot shorter. I am going to refeed tonight. It's going to be shorter because I just had another live stream on Wednesday. So this is going to be less. There isn't going to be too much that I'm going to dive into here, but let me just maybe continue on and just share that today, 371 days in, it's been over a year since I have binged. And that is probably one of my biggest accomplishments on my journey. Is I've told myself there's no more throwing away the day. There's no more restarting. There's no more, I was going to quote, but there's no need for a quote. There's no more binging for the evening, because why would I do that? Why would I binge when I can just overeat if that's what I want to do? Why would I binge and throw away everything that I've been doing? I don't see myself in that position anymore. And it's not to say that there might be a day that might happen, but my hope is it doesn't get to that point, that I continue to have the tools and the resources to show up and be accountable and remind myself that the evening doesn't have to turn into a binge. Yes, it can be an overeating episode. It can be a day of eating from morning till night, but it doesn't have to be a binge. And hopefully, as I'm currently on day 371, I can go another 371 days without binging. That's taken a lot of time for me to change my thought process when it comes to that. Hopefully that's something that, as I share my journey and what I've been going through, that for any of you who are facing this right now, I'm telling you right now, it doesn't have to be a binge, right? If you know the difference between overeating and binging, if you know what that fine line looks like, you know you don't have to cross it. You know that you don't have to put yourself in this all or nothing mentality and say, well, fuck it, I'm just going to eat everything tonight because I'm going to start tomorrow. Get yourself out of that mindset and just realize that, okay, today wasn't the best day, but it doesn't have to become something worse. This might not make sense to people who don't or have never had a binging episode, but for those that have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to get to that point. And if it does, it does. Maybe in that moment, it's a point of reflection for you to understand what got you there. And hopefully a reflection of how to make sure you don't find yourself there as often as you have. But that's a different journey for people who are going through that. So just know that I'm here. Community's here. We're in this together. You're not alone. It would have been so easy for me to not show up tonight and not do this live stream because I know I'm not doing the fast that I said I was going to do for myself. But this is also a learning point for me over the last 371 days where I've told myself, hey, no matter what happens, show up, get in front of the camera, show your accountability, because you, people who are watching this now, people who watch this later after the stream ends, you're my accountability partners. I do this because I need all of you to understand that this is what keeps me going. This is what helps me make sure that I stay on track. Courtney. Hi, Courtney, with a $5 super sticker. Courtney, thank you so much for the super sticker. Just like Avdi, I cannot see what the sticker looks like right now, but I will take a look at it later. Courtney, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let me just, again, shorter live stream today. I'm just going to, oh, I messed that up. I didn't update the how many days of zero eating, which would be 241. So I have now completed 130 fasts in 371 days, which means for 241 days, not 239, I have not eaten. In the last 371 days, I have been fasting for 62 and a half hours. So for over 2.5 days on average, I fast with an average refeed of around 5 hours and 44 minutes. Again, 2.5 hour fast, 2.5 day fast, 5-6 hour refeed, and then follow up again with another 2.5 day fast, 5 to 6 hour refeed over and over and over for the last 53 weeks on average. What's for anybody who watches this too, who might be a little confused and be like, you've been fasting for over a year for 2.5 days on average? Yep, I have. And at the very beginning, it wasn't even 2.5 days. I was fasting for 4 days. Sometimes I was fasting for 6 days. There are a lot of people who probably wonder, are you going to do this forever? Probably. I don't know if I'm going to do 2.5 day fasts forever. My hope is to do something shorter than that. Maybe a 36 hour fast, a day and a half worth of fasting, and then refeeding, maybe a little longer than that. But right now, fasting for me, that is the best way for me to maintain my weight, to keep weight off, and to lose weight if I need to. It keeps me in check. I don't need food 3 times a day, 5 times a day. I don't need to eat every single day. And that's not to say that other people can't or shouldn't, but because the volume of food I eat is so high, I can't afford to eat every single day. That's just the reality of things. And then there's always the other side of the coin where people are like, well, why don't you just eat X amount of calories per day if you're eating that many calories? Because I can't. I have a hard time controlling the amount of calories I eat. And that's always going to be a difficult thing for me. It's gotten better over time. And that's why I'm always showing up for these live streams and I'm being as accountable as I can, because I'm learning along the way. My diet has changed over time. My fasting protocol has changed over time. My exercise routine has changed over time. This is going to continue for as long as I can, see. I don't know if I will ever be able to just do OMADs. Maybe. It would be great. Actually, you know what would be great? is to maybe do an OMAD here like 2 days in a row and then put a 36-hour in and then do another 2 days of OMAD. But I'm not there yet. I don't know if I ever will be. But I also didn't think I'd be where I'm at right now from where I was at just a year ago, a little over a year ago. And I've learned so much since that time. And I didn't learn it because somebody told me. I didn't learn it from a video that said, this is how you should fast. This is how you should eat. This is how you should exercise. I've learned this by doing, by performing trial and error, by listening to my body, by listening to my mind and say, hey, okay, I don't want to do a longer fast right now. Okay, I'm going to do a shorter fast right now. Hey, I'm not feeling so good, so I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to take a break. I'm feeling a little burnt out. I'm going to take 6 days off. Nobody taught me to do this. I have just gave myself the practice of just doing it, seeing if it works, and then tweaking and adjusting as time goes by. Do you see where I'm going with this? This is imperfect consistency. Imperfect consistency in my fasting, in my refeeding, in the food choices, in my cardio, in my strength training. All imperfect, but all consistent. That's what matters. Wanda with a $10 super chat. Wanda, it's so nice to see you as always. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you for the support. 11 hours into a 48-hour fast. Let's go, Wanda. You're going to have to keep me posted and let me know if you push that 48. My refeed wasn't the greatest either. I still hit the timer and got right back to it. And that's exactly what it's about. So many people ask, how should I do this? How long should I fast for? Listen, fast for as long as you can. Refeed when you need to, hit the timer when you finish your last bite and go again. That's all it takes. Learn from your fasts, learn from your refeeds. If you're gaining weight, that probably means you need to either fast longer or refeed cleaner. It's as simple as that. Obviously, it's layered. And sometimes for many of us, a conversation might be needed, an accountability partner might be needed. But for the most part, if you just start doing and you start tracking, well, listen, not everyone has to track, but me being a stats guy and a stats nerd and really digging into the data, it's helpful for me. So Wanda, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Good luck on your 48-hour fast. Please keep me posted. Let me know how it's going. Thank you again for the super chat. It's always great seeing you. Courtney with another $5 super chat. Courtney, thank you again for the additional support. I finally got the hang of fasting. Congrats. Took me 2 years to get the right mindset. Thank you. I don't need food all the time. And I love that for you. And Courtney, I would love to hear what that mindset was for you. Like how in those 2 years, what got your mindset back into it? Like, what was it that was the turning point for you? What helped you get into that mindset? I love how you say, I don't need food all the time, because that's exactly how I feel. There was somebody in the comments on, I forget which platform, but put this long comment about like, don't do this. If you fast, you're just going to gain a bunch of weight after you refeed, because that's what happened to me. And I read that and I'm like, yeah, because that's what happens. All of you have seen me do this, right? You've seen me go on a 6-day vacation and I'll gain 19 pounds. You've seen me go on a 10-day vacation and you'll see me gain 21 pounds. But then what happens 2 days after on a fast? When I'm fasted for 48 plus hours, after gaining 19 pounds, I'll lose 13 pounds after 48 hours. If I fast for an extra day, sure enough, I'll probably lose 16 pounds. I won't lose all of it because I've obviously eaten a couple days in a row and I've packed on calories, but for the most part, it's water weight. Later in that conversation or that going back and forth, they were like, just wait. You're just going to gain it back eventually. And I'm like, I'm a year plus into this. Come back in another year if you don't believe me. He's like, well, why should I come back in another year? Why not tomorrow? I'm like, come back tomorrow. You can see me continue this journey. I've been documenting it since day one. And then, of course, said, well, I'm talking about when you start eating every day. And I'm like, who said that I have to eat every day? Who said I was going to eat every day? Listen, what I'm trying to get at is so many of us always look at food as the final reward. Some of us always think we have to eat every single day. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world, but some of us don't need to eat every day, especially at the volume of food that I eat. I don't need to eat every day. I can't eat every day because if I do, at the current calorie count I eat, I will gain weight. It's as simple as that. I also don't look at food as a reward all the time anymore. Sure, when I refeed, it feels like a reward. It does. That's still something I'm trying to disassociate myself with. But I don't know if that will ever completely go away. But food is still part of my reward system. The only difference is it's not a reward system every day anymore. 371 days into my journey, I've eaten on 100 and whatever that was, 30 days in the last 371 days. I've only eaten on 130 of them, which means there's been a lot of damn days where I haven't eaten at all, where I haven't eaten to give myself a reward. Instead, I do something else for the day. I take care of myself. I take care of my body. I take care of my mind. I stay busy. I focus on other things outside of food. Is it the easiest thing in the world? No, but I've gotten pretty used to it. There are days when I get up where I'm like, I'm not eating today. Nothing's going to change my mind about that. I'm not going to have food noise because I've already told myself today's not an eating day. Today's a day where I take care of myself, my body, my mind. I stay busy. I do the things that are important to me. And that's it. No questioning it. No debating with myself. No negotiating with myself. You've heard me say this. You've all heard me say this before. Food doesn't have to be a reward every single day. That's just the best way I can put it. So Courtney, I see this, right? Courtney says, I can deal with the suffering. I don't have to be happy all the time. And I see this and I get what you're saying, but I'm going to add this in here. Fasting for a day, fasting in general with time away from food doesn't have to be called suffering. Doesn't have to be the source of your happiness. Do you know what I'm saying? I think sometimes people need to reframe their perspective when it comes to this. And instead of looking at fasting as suffering or not being happy, food shouldn't be the source of happiness all day, every day. It shouldn't. Food is fuel. Food is a necessity of life, but it doesn't have to be put on this pedestal. You know what I mean? And I get it. We've been trained this way for our entire lives. Many of us since childhood have looked at food as a reward. You know what I'm talking about. Food is always used as a reward. I remember in grade school, there was that book it club or whatever through Pizza Hut. And every time you read a book, you get a free personal pizza. It's your birthday, food. You do well in something else, food. I mean, food is always going to be a reward system in some type of way. But I don't think it should be for every single occasion. And then obviously it gets worse when food is being used for stress, for coping, for emotional eating, for when you're bored. And then food is just everywhere, all day, every day. And I think that's where it becomes more than that reward system, right? Now you're just using food for every single emotion because we get that dopamine hit. We get those endorphins that make us feel good temporarily. And so when I say reframe that perspective, I mean, it's taken me time to reframe it that way, where I'm like, no, this is my time right now to take care of myself, my body, heal my body from food, let my body recover, and show myself that I can do challenging things and that our bodies are very capable of doing more than just eating all day. So I want to talk about the last 19 days of my journey. I had shared my it was my bar graph or chart or whatever, where I would lost weight initially and then 10-day vacation, gained some weight, lost weight, 6-day vacation, gained weight, lost it again through fasting. And then as I started doing shorter fasts and doing 42-hour fasts, my weight started to creep up. And in the last 3 weeks, I've decided to put myself back on 65-hour fasts indefinitely. Indefinitely, definitely. I've been playing around with it, but doing more 65-hour fasts. So what I want to do now is just share with you what the last 19 days have been like for me. It's not even 3 weeks, right? So on Wednesday, October 23rd, I completed a 68-hour fast, and it put me right at under 150 pounds. I did a 69-hour fast after that, brought me down to 148. Did a 42-hour fast, kind of kept me around the same 149. Did another 68-hour fast, got me down to 146. Did a 72-hour fast, got me down to 145.8. Did a 70-hour fast, got me down to 144.8. And then most recently, which was yesterday, I completed another 65-hour fast, and I'm currently down 144 pounds. So I have done 6 65-plus hour fasts. 6. I've done 6 65-plus hour fasts in the last 3 weeks, not even 3 weeks. And it's now gotten me back down to the mid 140s. But last night, after my refeed, it wasn't as clean as they have been the last 5 65-hour fasts. And I didn't feel satiated. My foods weren't as nutrient dense. And I woke up this morning weighing at 152 pounds. So yesterday, Saturday, I was 144. Today, I was 152. I gained 8 pounds on the last refeed. And a lot of that was because I just ate a bunch of shit food. I put a ton of carbs down, but I'm going to talk about that in a second because I want to talk about how this is going to be a setback for me, because my plan was to just continue doing 65s for a while until the end of the month before I leave on vacation, because I'm going on vacation at the end of the month for 10 days, 11 days, 12 days, actually, almost 2 weeks. But now it's going to be a little thrown off because I'm refeeding tonight, and I don't know how that's going to affect the scale, but that's going to be okay. I'm going to talk about that in a second, because right now I would like to do fit check. As much as I don't want to stand up here because I feel bloated because I gained 8 pounds after my refeed last night, I got to do it because I need to be accountable. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Currently wearing this is a youth extra large shirt. These are boys' pants here. Right? Fit check, everyone. That's pretty much it. Yes, I wear like a compression shirt underneath. Um, the thing is, right? Like, that's fit check, everyone. I do fit check so that I can be accountable in how I look physically. Even if I eat a bunch of shit the night before and gain 8 pounds and feel bloated, here's the thing. Even though I weigh 152 right now, I couldn't have worn a youth extra large shirt when I was 152 7 months ago because my body composition has changed over time. I've put on muscle and I've lost more body fat. And the plan for year number 2 is to do more of the same, to continue gaining muscle and to continue losing excess body fat. I do these fit checks because I want people to understand that, like, I have nothing to hide. I also want people to understand that there is no shame when you have a refeed and you might feel bloated. I also want people to know that, yes, the weight on the scale is going to jump, especially after a fast. Again, I was 144 pounds yesterday. This morning, the scale was 152. For a lot of people, that freaks them out. They cannot stand to see the weight jump that way on the scale. The reason that I'm okay with that is because I know that it's water weight, and I know the weight on the scale is going to push itself back down in a couple of days. Even though I'm eating tonight and eating back-to-back days, that means the weight on the scale is going to go up again. I don't know what it's going to go up to. It might be 155, 156. I don't know. But I also know that it's temporary. So for a lot of you who are here, who are afraid of the scale because they don't like seeing it jump that way, it's water weight. So I want to talk about how to handle these setbacks, right? For a lot of people, if they see the weight on the scale jump that way, they're like, fuck this. I don't want to do this anymore. What's the point of fasting? I work so hard to fast and get this weight off, and then I eat, and then the weight is going to jump to this. What's the point of doing this? When in reality, if they just stayed course and continued to fast, the water weight would drop itself off and you could continue your journey. Let me talk about what I ate yesterday. What made me gain 8 pounds? Yesterday for dinner, well, I broke my 65-hour fast yesterday with a glass of whiskey because I really enjoy whiskey, and when I go out, I like to drink. This also, for people who are watching this, yes, I don't always eat the healthiest. I think a lot of you see that in my refeed videos. Although I know a lot of you have been seeing me eat healthier lately, there are days that I don't. And I broke with a big glass of whiskey, and then we ordered bruschetta that had burrata, I think, on it. But bruschetta, which is like this bread with cheese and tomatoes and arugula. And then there was a hot thing of bread with butter. And no one was eating that, so I ate 3/4 of it. We ordered fried calamari. I ate a ton of that. And then I ordered it was like a barbecue chicken salad. And I asked them to add extra chicken. They barely added any chicken to it. And then I got dessert. I got this peanut butter cookie with ice cream. And then I was eating other people's desserts. And that was pretty much what I ate at the restaurant. Later at home, an avocado. I had a tortilla, a low carb tortilla or a low carb quesadilla to get dietary fiber in. I had imitation crab meat. I know that's everyone's favorite. and I had a macadamia white chocolate chip cookie. Oh, I also had a protein bar and I had cashews. And that's all I ate. And that made me jump 8 pounds on the scale. I did not, even though I was full, feeling full, I didn't have enough nutrient dense foods. So, where am I going with this? What ended up happening is I gained 8 pounds this morning. And when I woke up this morning and I gained 8 pounds, did I say, well, fuck today, I gained 8 pounds. That fast I just did wasn't worth it. So let me just eat all day today. Let me just throw away the day today. Let me just start on Monday. You know, I didn't do that. You know, I don't think that way anymore. You know what I did when I woke up and I saw 8 pounds gain on the scale? I went and I lifted weights and I hit new personal best today at the gym, lifting weights. I lifted super heavy today because I knew I had a ton of carbs in me, right? After I ended up lifting today, I went and I walked for an hour and 15 minutes, a really casual, leisurely walk. I walk for my cardio health, but honestly, I walk for as long as I do because it's good on my mental. I actually walk that much because mentally it's therapeutic for me, especially right now in autumn when it's so nice out and the weather's cooler. Although I get very cold lately because I've lost a lot of weight, it's still really nice to walk out. So, yeah, I didn't eat the best yesterday. I even told myself when I woke up this morning, Jerome, you're going to eat again today. You're going to eat back to back days because you need to eat something more nutrient dense. So even though I knew I was going to eat back to back days today, it didn't stop me from going for my walk. It didn't stop me from lifting weights. It didn't stop me from doing coaching sessions today. I'm still showing up for other people. It didn't stop me from streaming tonight. I'm still showing up for you. I'm still being accountable. I'm not hiding. I'm not running away. I'm not making it a secret. I literally told you everything I ate last night. I don't think I left anything out. And actually, last night I bought frozen pizza and a pumpkin pie. And I didn't eat any of those things, but I did buy them because part of me just wanted to eat shitty. But I didn't do it because I got full. Now I have a pizza that I don't know when it's going to be eaten. Maybe it's going to be eaten tonight, but I'm going to eat all my healthy foods first. Just FYI. What I'm trying to say is the journey never ends. I'm not here restarting. I'm not here saying, fuck today. What's the point? Oh, I gained 8 pounds. Woe is me. None of that. I accept it for what it is. I know 8 pounds on the scale isn't 8 pounds of fat. If any of you who are watching this who think I've gained 8 pounds of fat in a day from what I literally just told you I ate, you're crazy because that's not how it works. So for many of you who are obsessed with that scale or who don't like what that number shows, remember that number doesn't mean anything. Use that number as a data point. Use that number as a guide. Remember your non-scale victories, how your clothes fit, what your blood sugar is in the morning, how you feel physically. Are you sleeping well? The extra calories I ate last night, it's more fuel for me to lift heavier at the gym. Sure enough, I hit new personal bests today. I'm going to eat again tonight. I'm eating back-to-back days. And you know what I'm going to do because I'm getting to eat again? I'm going to lift heavy again tomorrow. Because why not? Why not take advantage of the extra calories I'm putting in? And I'm making sure tonight I'm going to eat at least 275 grams of protein. Yes, I know that's probably a lot for many people, but for me, the way I eat, eating 5,000, 6,000 calories, I should be able to put 275 grams of protein in, no problem. You have to reframe your mindset, reframe your perspective. Just because you're eating more. Just because you're not fasting for as long doesn't mean you have to throw the day away. It doesn't have to be a setback. Yes, I call this handling setbacks. Today's not a setback. Today's just another learning opportunity for me to get better at shorter fasts, to get better at mindful eating, to get better at picking better foods, to get better at just giving myself grace and be like, yeah, you know what? I have done 65 plus hour fasts in the last 3 weeks with a 42-hour fast in between. Yeah, you're going to eat out every now and then. You're going to break with alcohol sometimes. You're going to eat a peanut butter cookie with ice cream on it and eat other people's desserts and pick at their plates and eat off of it, because it just happens every once in a while. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's learning to practice imperfect consistency and moving on with your life. Because here's the thing, 3 months from now, when I'm doing another live stream, 12 Sundays from now, do you think I'm going to come back here and wallow on today? No. In 3 months, this isn't even going to be a thing. I'm going to probably mention it and be like, remember when I talked about that and how it wasn't a big deal? Well, here we are today. It's still not a big fucking deal. Look at the bigger picture when it comes to what you're doing. Andre with a $10 super chat. Andre, thank you for the support. Thank you for showing up as always. Appreciate you. J-Man, congrats again on the solid year of consistent fasting. Thank you, Andre. 371 is really inspiring. 53 weeks. 53 weeks. Also, the new music of Lava Lamp Dream after a 4-hour refeed. Appreciate you, brother. Wait, the music I had today at the beginning, I did change it up. I still have the old music and I'll probably switch them back and forth. I just wanted to do something a little different. I haven't updated the intro screen in a while. Also, for people who are part of the Finally Fasting fam, all of the names should be updated at the very beginning now. Also, if you didn't notice, I gave a bunch of members new emoji, so feel free to use it. I don't know if you'll ever use it, but there is new emoji you can use. So if you find it useful, please do so. Andre, thank you again for the $10 super chat. And speaking of people in the Finally Fasting fam, All in Her Movements became a new YouTube member. All in Her Movements, thank you for being part of the Finally Fasting fam. I'm not exactly sure which tier you joined, but for anybody who is part of the Finally Fasting fam, can we throw some F's up for All in Her Movements? Thank you for being part of the Finally Fasting fam. If you are part of the Autophagy group, then hopefully I'll see you this Wednesday. I'm doing a live stream Wednesday, and maybe I'll see you there if that's the tier you picked. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for supporting. You do have emojis, and I'll make sure to add you into the names for next week's live stream. So thank you. Thank you, All in Her Movements. Thank you for being part of the fam. Okay. Honestly, that's pretty much what I had to talk about today. I want to go ahead and just take a couple minutes to do Q&A. So again, like I said, today's going to be a shorter stream. So we'll have a longer stream next Sunday. It's okay. It's going to be fine. You're going to be okay, right? If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them now. I will answer as many as I can. I might not be able to answer them all because I'm shortening this live stream. But while you ask your questions, I just want to talk about coaching. Yes, I do offer one-on-one coaching. If you are looking for help when it comes to fasting, weight loss, or accountability, you can check the link here, or the link is also in the description. You can click the link there. You can book a session. We can talk about putting a plan together, putting a strategy together, talking about emotional eating, if that's a thing for you, how to overcome some of these things. You can ask me questions. I can answer whatever I can for you. My job is to help. So please feel free to check the link when it comes to that. If that isn't something you're interested in, there is also a link in the description for the Wednesday night live streams. Just like All in Her Movements became a new member, I do offer Wednesday night live streams where we do a community fasting coaching session where other people come in, we share a spreadsheet, we talk about our goals, and sometimes just knowing that you're not alone and doing it together can be very helpful. So again, please feel free to check the links there, and maybe I'll talk to you one-on-one. So, okay. That might be it, everyone, which is good because I'm about to refeed. So that might be our hour today. A couple things before and maybe somebody might ask a question then. And if they do, I'll be happy to answer. But as we start to close off, I'm just going to remind you all, I talked a lot today about the weight on the scale. And I want to remind you that fuck the weight on the scale. Seriously, fuck the weight on the scale. That number on the scale does not define you as a person. That weight on the scale should not make you act in a certain way. When I say make you act in a certain way, if you look at that scale, if you step on the scale and you don't like the number you see, and if that forces you or that causes you to eat, to binge, to overeat, to get emotional, you have to disassociate yourself from that feeling. I get it. I still have that feeling. This morning when I gained 8 pounds, I'm like, are you kidding me? You know what's really funny about this too is when I gain, I think it's over 7 pounds on my weight app. If I record a weight that's over 7 pounds, it asks me, are you sure this is the real weight? So yes, it is frustrating. I get it. But I'm going to remind you, do not let the weight on the scale define you. Do not let the weight on the scale have power over you. The weight on the scale is just a data point. I had my DEXA scan taken last week, Wednesday. I had my DEXA scan taken on Wednesday. If anything, the DEXA scan reminded me that it doesn't matter what the overall weight on the scale says. The DEXA scan reminded me, hey, this is how much fat you have, which is 29 pounds. And what my goal is for the next time I get a DEXA scan is I don't want to see 29 pounds of fat on my next DEXA scan. I want that number to go down. My DEXA scan also showed me that I had 111 pounds of muscle. Also, for anyone who thinks that you will lose all your muscle through fasting, hello. My DEXA scan said I had 111 pounds of muscle and 29 pounds of fat, and I weigh 145 pounds. I believe 76% of lean tissue was muscle or whatever. All I'm saying is don't let people tell you that you cannot gain muscle or keep muscle while fasting, because obviously that's not true. I have been doing this now for over a year, and here I am. And you've seen me like flex before and just be like, yeah, our bodies are not dumb. Our bodies aren't going to wither away because we're fasting. Our bodies aren't stupid. They know we have fat reserves to use for energy. Our bodies aren't like, oh my God, he's not eating, let's go for the muscle. There's a reason we have fat and we keep fat, because that's what it goes for. Okay? Do not let the weight on the scale define you, please. I know that I'm only 19 hours and 53 minutes in. I know that I am going to be refeeding after this live stream tonight. But also remember that once I finish refeeding, I'm getting myself back into another fast. I'm putting myself into a 42-hour fast after tonight's refeed. And after tonight's 42-hour fast, I will be throwing myself back into another 65-hour fast. And I will be doing 65s when I can, but I have a Bulls game I'm going to later this month. I have an all-day refeed coming up later this month. My mom's birthday is coming up later this month. We also celebrate my dad's birthday. And then I'm leaving the country at the end of the month. There's a lot that's happening that's going to throw my weight up. But despite all of these things happening, the one thing that you're not going to hear me say or watch me do or see me do is give up, is throw away the day. is to start over. I'm not doing any of those things. I'm not waiting till Monday. Hopefully, for any of you who are watching this, you're not going to wait till Monday either. Do not let the weight on the scale define you. You are not alone on this journey. Respect yourself, accept yourself, and love yourself for the person you are today. It's only going to help you on your journey down the road. That's it. I'm just like looking here. Athena says, no questions, just a check-in. I'm 50 hours into an open fast currently. Congrats on your open fast. You'll have to let me know how long this goes on for. Currently plan to go, until at least tomorrow morning. Well, congrats on being 50 hours in. Congrats on you. Let me know what that ends up being at. Price Man says, my app also asks me if I'm the one using the scale after a refeed too. I feel you. I feel you. Okay, all that's it. It is a shorter live stream today. It's a shorter one because I had a 2.5 hour live stream on Wednesday. We will meet again next Sunday, right? We'll see you then. Oh my goodness. Before I go, there is another $10 super chat from my sweetie pie. It's so nice to see you. Thank you for the support as always. Congrats on the resilience and sharing your journey. You're very welcome. Thank you for the kind words. I have lost 33 pounds by doing rolling fast for the past 2.5 months. Congrats, my sweetie pie. Please, let's give some love for my sweetie pie for her journey and for losing 33 pounds. That's amazing. Not only that, my husband has joined me and has lost 18 pounds as well. I love that. I love that you were able to do it through rolling fasts. There's a part of me that's a little greedy here and is hoping that I was hopefully a part of you getting to that point. Obviously not physically, but maybe in the mental aspect, or at least getting a routine down. But congrats to not only you, but to your husband as well. I love to hear that, my sweetie pie. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hopefully I've been helpful on your journey, and hopefully that continues on as well. So, okay, everyone, that's it. With that being said, I am out of here for now. I'm going to refeed tonight. I'm eating back-to-back days, but you know what? I'm not throwing away the day. I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat well tonight. I'm going to get nutrient-dense foods in me. I'm going to lift heavy tomorrow. I'm going to make use of the calories I've eaten. I'm going to push a 42-hour fast, and then I'm going to push a 65-hour fast after that, because the journey never ends. I'll see you soon, everyone. My sweetie pie says, LOL, of course. You help so much. I'm glad. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing some love. Thank you for the super chats. It's all so helpful for me as well. Also, next week, by the way, I should have these hats, these finally fasting hats available for sale. My black one as well. I don't have it in front of me, but I'll have these stickers for sale as well, on sale, whatever. So if you want to support me through that, I will have that available. I should have them by next Sunday. I'm just getting I finally have that part together. So until next Sunday, I mean, you'll have more videos from me before then, but we'll talk soon, everyone. Thank you so much. Keep doing what you're doing. Do not throw away the day. Do not wait till Monday. Although I know it's only a couple hours until Monday, and some of you are probably already into Monday, but let this be your last day one. Let this be your last Monday. If you're watching this right now, you do not have to restart your journey. Just keep going. And if you keep going, I cannot wait for you to tell me, hey, Jerome, I'm on day whatever. I'm down this much. Let's keep going. Okay. All right. That's it for me. I'm blabbing at this point. I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.